What's going on, boys and girls from across the world? My name is Mikey Budd, here to take you through another sensational stretch session. As soon as you're ready, you're going to need a towel or a comfortable place to sit, and you could sit either just like I am, cross-legged, or feel free to do it on a chair, couch, whatever floats your boat. But once you're sitting, you're going to get as tall and comfortable as possible, so gently blink the eyes closed and take 5 deep breaths. Big inhale through the nose and out through the lips. Let's take 3 more like that. Awesome. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed if you like, or you can blink them open. When you're ready, you're going to slowly start to roll the shoulders forward. Nice big slow circles forward. And then equally big circles back. Good. Then 5 times you're going to take a big inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Then exhale. Good. Let's do a few more of those. Go. One more. Awesome, and relax. Beautiful. Turning the head side to side, so try your best to look over each shoulder if you can. I want you to almost imagine like you're driving in the car. This was before they had cameras in the car, but you had to look over your shoulder to make sure that there wasn't any bicycles behind you, no puppies, no ice cream trucks. Good. Then stopping at the center, up and down. Breathing in as we look up. And breathing out as we look down. Fantastic. Looking straight ahead, let's move into our arms now. So just roll in the wrists around, make some fists, and then have those wrists reverse the opposite direction. Fantastic. Then we're going to move the arms as an entirety. So bring them out to the side, start to make some small circles going forward, and then some small circles back. Fantastic. Reaching up high to the sky. We're going to grab opposite elbows, give a pull over to the right side. And over to the left. Cool. Coming back to the center, we're going to bring the hands to our heart and just do a twist side to side. So, very similar to when you were looking over his shoulder with just the head, but now we're incorporating the upper body, the chest, and the shoulders with it. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. So, if you're sitting cross legged like I am, let's go ahead and switch the shin that's in front. So, for me, it's going to be the left in front now. Cool. Right hand's going to crawl out to the right, left hand's going to reach up and over. We're going to stay like this for about 30 seconds. You're welcome to look up in case you want to try to get more mobility in your neck, but if you feel any pain, get out of it. Just look down. Awesome. Coming back to the center, we're just going to pause for a second, just take a couple breaths. And then we'll move to the other side. So crawl the fingertips out, reach up and over. So remember, you're not just collapsing down to reach to the side. You want to first reach up as much as you can, then start to reach and extend out. Fantastic. Coming back to the center, we're going to interlace the fingers, push the palms away from us. Big inhale as we reach up. And then exhale, bring it down. Beautiful. So if you're sitting on the floor or if you're on the chair, please get down to a floor now. I'm going to get my legs out wide here for you because that's where we're headed next. And that's exactly how we're going to sit. We're just going to sit nice and wide like this. I'm going to actually change my camera a little bit here. Don't make fun of me in the comments for not being professional. So with the toes up, legs wide, we're just going to organically bring the hands down in front. And we're here for about 30 seconds, so enjoy it. Don't feel like you have to be all the way on the floor or your legs have to be as wide as the Grand Canyon. It doesn't not have to be like that. We're just introducing our muscles to some stretching. Let's take 5 more deep breaths. And 1. Awesome. Slowly bringing it up. The feet are going to come together as the knees stay out wide. Butterfly. And I do want you to keep your heels pretty close to your pelvis here. So just enough so we feel the inguinal stretch, aka your groin muscles. And then it's your choice if you want to actually forward bend with this. Some people actually find it super uncomfortable. They actually find it painful, and the reason why that is because their bone may be going up against bone based on their bone structure in the hips. We've talked about that many a times. So if you're trying to lean forward but you're feeling a sharp striking pain, guess what? It's not going to happen this lifetime. Unless we get some like reconstructive surgery in our acetabulum. But don't do that. Don't do that. You're beautiful just the way you are. Good. Awesome. Then we're going to extend the left leg out, keeping the right leg in. Let's actually throw that knee down. And then a big inhale, reaching high to the ceiling. Forward for whatever's available. I don't like to say reach for the toes because then people jack their shoulders up and they're trying so hard to get to the toes. Don't do that. Keep the shoulders nice and easy. Keep your spine erect and just start to lean forward towards the shoe, foot, whatever it is. Almost like it's a very interesting subject and you're just trying to say, oh, what is this little thing we got here? Ten more seconds. 3, 2. Awesome. We're slowly bringing it up. We're now going to cross that right ankle on top of the thigh. So not over it. I'm sorry, not across it, but over it, on top of it. And then we're going to start to bring our left shin a little bit closer in. So that way, again, the idea here is to stretch our right outer hip, okay? So this right butt cheek, your gluteus medius, that's where you should be feeling a little, ooh, wow, that feels pretty good. Now, if you're not feeling that, you want to probably walk your foot in a little bit closer. If this is really challenging for you, I recommend lying down to do it, okay? Ooh. We got to stay here for at least 15 more seconds. That's the only way our body's going to actually register it. And if you're actually wondering that, it actually does take our central nervous system 90 seconds to 2 minutes to actually register when it comes to these stretches. So don't just do them for 10 seconds and think you're good. I mean, it'll go a long way if you don't compare it to doing nothing, but the idea is that we want to be here for a long time and a good time. Okay, that being said, we're going to extend our left leg straight out just the way it was. We're going to keep that right leg just how it is, but now we're going to utilize our elbow creases to help keep it up. So I'm using the right elbow crease to cuff my knee and the left elbow crease to cuff my hand. I'm sorry, my foot. Still keeping the foot slightly flexed, and I'm trying to bring the shin a little bit closer. So if I were at a profile, it would look something like that, like I'm almost holding a baby, right? And that's exactly what I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine you're holding on to a baby right now or a cute kitten, and you're just rocking that kitten or that child's little side to side. So don't swing it drastically. I want you to just try to, almost like you're trying to put your foot behind your shoulder. Okay, so you're just sliding. It's just a sliding movement. Here, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. You're going to set that foot down like you're a cool kid in high school sitting on the lawn. Right foot is going to start to walk out to the side. We're going to drop the knee inward to get a 90-degree, I'm sorry, a 90-degree bend. But then that hip is going to internally rotate. Now, I don't expect you to have both butt cheeks down here, but the idea is you want to slightly move towards your sitting on both sit bones, because that's where you're going to feel the internal rotation and the hip stretch. And this one is super important for all my runners, all my spinners, all my cyclists. Whatever you're doing that utilizes the legs in an over and over repetitive motion, it's so important for you to constantly do this every day. So that being said, I'm going to give you a little bit of strength training. You're going to lift yourself up. We're going to support, and we're just going to circle out our whole leg here. Go the other way. Fantastique. Okay, the right leg is now extended out. Left is right within our possession. We're going to first throw that knee down. Bring ourselves up nice and tall. And remember, we're only reaching for what's accessible. That might just be the knee today. And friends, actually, that's something I do want to point out as well, too. When you're reaching, this looks a lot better than this, okay? So, the hoop earrings look a lot nicer than your shoulders do. So, just keep that in mind. Let's take 20 more seconds. I'm going to tie my shoe while I'm here and be a little productive. Take my mind off of all that stretching in my muscle fibers. Cool. Let's bring ourselves up. Now the figure 4, so we got to plant that right foot flat. You may notice again that it's really hard to do this sitting up, so if that's something that's not giving you the stretch, again, we want to feel it on the outer hip, but if that's not what you're feeling, try lying down and see if that helps. I am literally recording this in the middle of rush hour traffic in LA, and I just have to say, I probably look really weird to a lot of these people right now. It's 2023. Come on, everybody has a YouTube channel, right? But no, I feel lucky that I've got, first of all, a great microphone that it mutes out all that traffic. So if you're not hearing any traffic, awesome. We'll give a shout out to the mic. Uh, if you are, then yeah, we can write this mic a review together. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to crush some time while we're still here in the stretch. We got about 30 more seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to slowly extend the right leg out, and then we're going to cuff our knee and our foot. Now, I should have mentioned this on the other side, and you can always rewatch this video in case you need this again. But if it's too tight, and this is how I would know it's too tight. If I have trouble bringing my shin closer in, if I have trouble bringing the foot closer towards my shoulder, that means that my hip is way too tight, and I should probably not do that. So, instead of cuffing with the knee, sorry, with the elbows, I'm going to use left elbow for the knee and right hand for the foot. And the only thing I'm going to try to do is first level out the foot at the same plane as the knee and the shoulder, so they're all in the same plane. And then I'm going to start to pull it in towards me, okay? Now, again, we're using the hands just if it's too tight. Otherwise, if you can make it to the elbow, I'm going to give it a try. Ah, there you go. You're going to go a little side to side. So even though it looks like I have it in my elbow, the fact is I'm not feeling the stretch here. And it's because my body naturally wants to turn to the left when I should be pulling the hip towards the right. So to kill my ego a little bit here, I'm just going to settle back with that hand and focus more on emphasizing the stretch, not the way it looks. And I want you to bear that in mind with every yoga posture you do, every yoga class you take. Always focus on the way it feels, not the way it looks. Looks always come after. Do a couple of those rocks, pulling into ground, side to side. Awesome, friends. Then we're going to do that internal rotation again. So this is where I want you to walk that foot off to the side. You're going to drop it inward. And again, we're not trying to force the sit bones to go down, but you'll notice that if you do try to sit both butt cheeks down, that you're going to feel a little pinch on the inside. This is just getting a different aspect of the hip. Before it was the outside, now we're going inside. Cool. Then we'll do our little bit of strength training. And the other way. Once those circles are done, extend the legs out in front of you. Sit up nice and tall, reach high to the ceiling, and forward for your toes. Or whatever's available. Don't want to have to tell you every time. 5, 4, 3, 2, fantastic. All right, very nice, friends. Really quickly, I'm just going to have you slide both feet in towards you. We're going to press and lift the hips up so that we can try to iron out our hip flexors. Let me turn profile so you can see a better view of this. So I'm pressing the hips up. I'm trying to iron out these hip flexors because when we sit all day, even when we stand all day, when we run, when we bike, those guys are being used so much. So it's really important that we give them the love they deserve. Make sure that we stretch them out as well too. Okay, and then that being said, we're going to come onto all fours, tabletop position, hands and knees, and doing some cat-cow. So big inhale, you're going to drop your belly, look up to the ceiling, and then exhale round. Again, big inhale, look up to the ceiling, and exhale round. Good, get 5 more. And then we're at a flat back, neutral spine. Awesome, guys. Left hand reaches out to the side. We're going to twist up to the sky or ceiling, and then you're going to thread it underneath the opposite elbow. So as it starts to thread through, I want you to lower down your head and your shoulders, and you're gently pressing the back of the hand against the floor here. So it's a nice shoulder opener. Couple more breaths. And then stretching back up to the sky. Easy as it comes down. Other arm. Just a couple more breaths. Awesome. Stretching back up to the sky or ceiling. And then easy as it comes down. Cool. Let's pay attention to our hands since they are the MVPs when it comes to work these days. We're going to turn the fingers backwards so they're facing our knees, stretching out the wrists and the forearm flexors. Because again, those muscles have the same duty as your psoas major, your other hip flexor muscles. Their job is to flex. So every time you're typing or clicking that mouse, it's a flex in the hand. So it's good to extend it. This is what we're doing. We're doing extension right now. So wrist extensions are super important to avoid carpal tunnel syndrome, arthritis, anything that you hear in the books that a lot of office workers have. So I think it's, go ahead first, let's get out of this. I think it's really awesome that you're taking the time to avoid that cycle where you're really trying to just switch things up. So give you a little round of applause there. All right, y'all, downward facing dog. We're going to tuck our toes, lift the booties up and back, and we're going to just stretch like this for about 30 seconds. So again, it's the back of the thighs that are really feeling the stretch here. Awesome. Then from our downward dog, we're going to slowly walk the hands back to the feet. Hang here for a second. Maybe grab opposite elbows if that feels good. Then I want you to lock the fingers behind your back. Bring them up and over the head. If you're lucky, you might get a nice crack in that upper back. Then you're going to release the hands down. I want you to bend your right knee a lot. Keep the left one straight. Switch. Awesome. And then slowly rolling up one backbone at a time. Head and shoulders is the last thing up. Whew. Awesome. Friends, give it a nice big shake. Now, of course, you're welcome to hold on to anything in case balance is your primary focus here. But if it's not, let's focus on stretching that hip flexor again. Right hand to the right ankle. We're going to pull that heel behind us and hold it about 30 seconds. Try to squeeze the shoulders in. Squeeze the elbows in, which will inevitably tract your shoulder blades with it. So I guess I was half right. Beautiful. Then we're going to do a yoga tree pose. So you could plant that foot either on the inner thigh, the inner shin, or just throw it on the floor. If you're like, you know what, I don't care about balance today, I just want to open my hip, more power to you. Now, if anybody wants a little extra credit, you could either throw it as a comment, whatever it is. But why do we never want to put the foot on the knee? Exactly. There's not a whole lot of muscle there. So since we're applying pressure into these parts like the shin and the thigh, if we put that pressure onto the knee, that's an injury waiting to happen. So don't do that. Go ahead, release it. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Switch to the other side. If that knee is going out towards left field, please try to bring it in about hips width. You're doing amazing. One more breath. Awesome. And then we'll do our tree pose. Very basic yoga pose. I think we all know this one. If not, that's okay. Mm. Just a couple more breaths. Really try to open up that hip. Awesome. And then give it a little shake. Easy peasy. Hands are going to the low back. We're going to squeeze the elbows in as tight as we can as we push our hips forward. Ooh. And then exhale, come back with a straight flat back. So this is where you're going to need your wall, your door frame, whatever it is, even a tree if you're outside like me. But I want you to take that right hand, go against the tree, and start to twist the opposite way. So again, I'll imagine there's a wall here just so you can see. So pretend the palm is up against the wall. I'm twisting my torso in the opposite direction from where actually, this tree is good. I'm going to use this tree, and I'm going to start with my left hand. So you can copy me, but either way, we're going to do both sides, so it doesn't really matter. But hand, we want about shoulder level, maybe a little lower than the shoulder. 20 more seconds. It's really important, and it's very vital that we stretch our pectoralis major and our pec minor muscles. Um, we may not be doing bench presses every day. We may not be doing dumbbell flies every day, but we're definitely driving most days. We're definitely, in some way texting or typing. And in some manner, you are contracting those muscles as you go forward. All right. So if you feel like right along um, your armpit here, and you start to bring the arm forward, you're going to feel that flex. That's your pec minor, okay? So really vital that we stretch this guy out. Todo el día, every day. So move to the other side if you haven't already. Mm. 10 more seconds. Yes, we can. It's easy. It's easy. 3, 2. Awesome. Whew. All right, those shoulders need a good roll forward and they need a good roll back. Take a big inhale, reach high. Bend your left elbow, push it down. And your right elbow, push it down. Good. Reach high to the ceiling. Cactus arms. Ooh, little back bend. Beautiful, awesome, and then easy as it comes forward, friends. You could either stand up for this today's meditation, or if you want to sit down again with me, that's exactly where we're headed. So you could do crisscross applesauce again, and rest the palms, the forearms, whatever you'd like on your knees, taking it as easy as you need to. Gently blinking the eyes closed. Deep breath in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Each time you breathe, try to focus on a different body part, allowing that body part to relax with the exhale. And this moment was cultivated not with $1 million, not with 1,483 followers, not with anything that feels like it might be status. It was cultivated strictly out of nothing. Bringing the hands to your heart, I want you to understand that you have the power to cultivate peace anytime you choose to. So when the winds become strong, or you don't know if you're going to last very long, step away, take your breath, and get back to it. Friends, I'm truly grateful for every single one of you, for your presence, your happiness, and health. Appreciate, respect, and always love yourself. Peace and blessings.